to engage property agents. This is the question people often ask when this is their first time buying, selling, letting, or renting a place. It may not be your first time buying or selling a property, but after a few years, somehow you may still wonder how you can find a good agent. I have dedicated one whole chapter in my book, No BS Guide to Property Investment, to talk about working with property agents, tips and tricks. In my workshop and online course, Buying My First Private Property, I also have one session on dealing with property agents, so you may refer to my book or online course for more details. As usual, I will share my personal experiences with you in this video, since I'm not a property agent and I have never worked in a real estate industry, so we will discuss this topic from the point of view of a customer. But before we start, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, and share it with anybody who might find this topic to be interesting. There are more people who prefer to DIY these days, especially for HDB resale flats. The HDB website also has a step-by-step guidelines on how to buy or sell a flat on your own. According to statistics, the percentage of people who DIY has increased over the years from 11% in 2010 to 28% in 2017. By now, we will have more than one-third of the people who prefer to DIY on their own for HDB resale flats. How about private properties? Why do we need to use an agent? So for two reasons. The first thing is to get it done, because you won't want to waste time and do the thing for yourself. The second reason is we want somebody to provide professional advice and service to us, because these people are trained to do it. But for myself, it depends. If it is buying a property, I would prefer to do it on my own, because I will have more chances of seeing more properties and I would learn something along the way. But when it comes to renting out my properties or selling my places, I would prefer to engage service of an agent. Why? Because your potential tenants and buyers will be represented by the agents anyway. So even after you spend all the time and hassle of flat viewings, negotiation, and everything, you still have to pay the commission to the agent representing your buyer or the tenant. So what's the point of doing it yourself? Another reason is for your own security, because I have personally known somebody who end up being tied up by somebody who pretend to be a tenant while opening her house for viewing. So you really don't want to put yourself in danger or end up to be a victim of a robbery just because you want to save a little bit of money on commission. Another thing is I believe in engaging the service of professionals. I see agent as a good business partner. So I'm really grateful that I'm able to find a good property agent who help me to manage my properties over the years, and she deal with the tenants so that I can focus my time in finding more good deals in properties. One critical factor why we need an agent is because of negotiation in property deals, because you really need the help of a middleman to do a good negotiation. That's the reason why some agents, when they're selling their own homes, they also engage the service of another agent to do the negotiation and sell it for them. How do we define a good agent? This is very subjective, because different clients, they expect different things and they have different definitions. You may want somebody to help to buy or sell a home at good price, but it depends on the property, the market, and the luck as well. I don't think anyone would disagree with me that we want to engage the service of a good agent who is experienced, professional, and honest. A request that I receive very often from my board is from readers who ask me to recommend my agent to them. This is interesting considering there are so many ads from property agents these days. Every week there is a stack of leaflets or letters from agents in the mailbox. When people are buying or selling homes, why are they not calling these agents but come to fellow customers like me for recommendations? That proves that trust and peace of mind are most important for us. Why do people say there are many bad property agents? In Western countries, property agents are considered as consultants in the real estate industry. They are being respected and they're highly regarded in the society. But That's the opposite in Singapore, because last time anybody can be an agent and is considered as a cowboy industry because there's no minimum requirement, qualification, exam, or licensing. So in 2010, the Council of Estate Agencies was set up to increase the professionalism of the industry. So 10 years on, so did the image of property agents improve in our society? We read the media reports of dishonest acts of agents being disciplined or fined due to their misconduct. There are bad sheep in the industry that tarnish the reputation of the industry. I think this is very unfair for the rest of agents who have done nothing wrong, but they lose the trust of potential customers. So I have been personally dealing with property agents since I relocated to Singapore 22 years ago. And I've been renting HDB flats, private apartments, looking for condos, houses, commercial properties, then renting out my properties and also selling some of them. So from my personal experience, I have noticed over the years, the education of the agents are higher and the age of the agents is getting younger. There are more agents, but the number of agency is less, especially for the big agencies. As of 1st of January this year, we have over 30,000 agents in Singapore. That means the competition is getting higher and it's less easy to make money except that small batch of top agents. So back to the question, are there many bad agents? From my experience, I think the majority of the agents, they are the average agents. That means they just do it for a job. There are a number of bad and dishonest ones in the market. There are also good ones, but there are not many of them. So what is the proportion of average, good, and bad agents in the market? It is very difficult to say because as a customer, I think it just depends on our luck of whether we will meet an average, good, or bad agent in the market. Is there a bad agency in the market? Is there an agency in the market that reputation is so bad that you really can't use? I think it's very interesting that sometimes the agents from agency A will come and tell me that all the bad agents are actually not from my agency. They are from agency B. Then agents from agency B will come and tell me that dishonest agents are not from us, but from agency A and C. But to me, all agencies, they share similar traits of good and bad ones. And each agency also have good and bad agents. So it's not about the name of agency, it's about the agents that you are dealing with. Because the character of the person is most important. The character of a person can hardly change. It doesn't work like the agent, because just join an agency and undergo some training, the character will be changed. For example, a dishonest agent won't be suddenly turning over a new leaf just because it's undergone some of ethics training. Similarly, you won't have a good property agent suddenly come and tell you to buy multiple properties with no money done, right? Besides, an agent with agency A today can go and join agency B tomorrow, or can be under agency C the next day. So it's really not about the name of the agency, the size of the company, the title of the agent, or any awards that he have won. Because it depends on the character of the agent that you're dealing with. Some people say that, do we need to choose the top agents or the award-winning ones to work with? From my experience, actually it doesn't matter, because those with good results are actually working in a team. So it all depends on who you are assigned to work with in the team. So it depends on your luck. So it really doesn't matter whether they have won any award or the top salesperson or not. So you want to find a good property agent. Are you a good client yourself? You manage to find a good agent you can trust. Do you treat the person with mutual respect? You want to work with somebody who is professional. Are you professional yourself? To be a good client, at least you have to do 5 things. First thing is to be clear and honest about your expectation and instructions. Don't try to hide anything, especially whether it's exclusive agent, co-book deal, ownership matters, etc. Secondly, Respect other people's time. Be punctual for any scheduled appointment, especially property viewing. I know this is not very Singaporean, but put yourself in the shoes of the agents. Whenever you are late for a property viewing, you affect the subsequent appointments of the agent. The third thing is listen to the professional advice of your agents. If your agent asks you to adjust your budget or your expectation, please do so. When your agent advises you to do a whole house cleaning or have a fetch coat or paint before they arrange any viewing, please follow suit. Fourth thing, appreciate the efforts done by your agent, not just the results, because the latter is affected by a lot of uncontrollable factors. So appreciate the efforts made and be patient. Don't expect immediate results. No agent can do magic for you. The last and most important thing is be fair with commission and rewards. Give what you are given to give and give more to reward a good job well done. If the agent managed to sell your property at a very good price, isn't it just fair to give a little bit more to share your profit with the middleman? The standard practice in the industry is 1 month rental as commission for a 2-year rental contract signed, or half a month commission for 1-year contract signed if the rental amount is over $3,500 for private properties. If it is like selling your property, so the standard practice is 2% commission or above. So if it is a 1 million property, that means it's 20,000 commission plus GST. Sometimes the agent may ask you to give a little bit more, but you're not willing to do so. So you need to compromise in between, and you might want to suggest something more creative. For example, I give 2 or 2.5%, but let's give 0.5 to 1% to a charity that both of us agree under the name of the agent. So it's 250% tax deductible for the agent, and at the same time you're helping to accumulate good karma for the agent, for the good health, wealth, and happiness for the agents for the coming few years. Why not? I believe in treating everybody equally, especially for people who work for you. If you are like me who are interested to buy properties, so you will need to think of building a long-term relationship with good property agents. So you have to think about what makes you a good client, that you would make good agents get back to you, happy to serve you, and come back to you with more good deals. You trust me, you're not the only one who has the budget to buy properties, and you are not the only one in the market who have a portfolio of properties to rent. I hope you learned something about how to engage property agents in this video. In the next episode, I'm going to share with you how to tell good agents from bad ones, and I'll tell you more about my personal experiences and stories engaging property agents.